Welcome back to yet another episode of the Stump Podcast. I'm Spencer.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Logan.
That was kind of a throwback to the first season where Logan paused for 30 seconds after our intro.
Well, you were told to pause for 10 seconds for our intro music, and we sat here and stared at each other for like a minute.
I'm leaving that in. I can't wait for that to be the intro.
Listen, when you're the guy that speaks first, I can wait as long as I want.
I was jumped in. I was like, this dude's taking forever.
I almost blamed myself as our host, but
yeah. Well, anyways, gentlemen, should we remind of the scores or just skip right to the theme of the week?
Right to the theme.
Really,
the theme it is.
Here's the scores
Right?
you need to know. Me and Matt are tied in a race for not doing a punishment, and that's about all. That's it, really. That's what we need to know.
That's the only score you need to know right now.
All that matters.
And Spencer's just trying not to blow the greatest lead of podcast history and crash and burn. So
Spencer,
I hope you burn it. Just
This would be like
lose.
the 28-3 Falcon Super
Worse.
Bowl. If you,
Worse.
this would be so bad. Matt,
worse.
Me and Spencer were talking before you hopped on, and
Oh no.
like, here's our problem for both of us. Say one of us wins this episode. The other person has to essentially accept last place to even give one person a shot. Because
I'm
the second
aware. I
you
said
win
this
one-
last week, and you
Yeah.
guys were like, "No, you don't have to. You can still fight against them." Like,
No,
but then
you can.
Spencer wins.
Would
Yeah,
you
but-
rather me win or you do the punishment? That's
Yeah,
what it comes down to.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. I don't.
Listen.
I'm not going to Waffle House for 24 hours. like I'm fighting for points still.
I haven't been on a date in a really long time, so if that's me and the fake cardboard cutout, like, it is what it is.
That's what you hear. Okay. Well, anyways.
Danny DeVito or something like that.
Yeah.
I have a cardboard cutout of myself. If you want it, Matt, you're more than welcome to take
Too
me
far.
on.
Hannah's going to
It's-
come and steal that.
No, she we had two because it was
Why do you have a cardboard cutout of yourself?
it was a gag gift for senior night. I was a starting
That's
pitcher
awesome.
on senior night, and it was I forget the company, but a cardboard company right near us. One of my dad's like good friends works at, and so they can
What
do
an
those
Ohio
cutouts.
thing to
And so
say.
he's like, "Hey, can you make one of these? We want to prank him on senior night." And they say we only make them in twos, so I have two.
Only make him.
Okay, Logan, because I work in the corrugate industry, was it
Yeah.
McElroy?
It's Buckeye Corrugate.
Was Buckeye Corrugate. Okay.
Yeah,
I know them all. I almost
bet you
did. And
do.
here's a teaser. So our theme this week is technology.
yeah.
And for those of you who do not know, I work for a company called Uline. We're big into like the packaging world. And I
Not
almost did
sponsored.
it on technological advancements in the packaging world. But I chose not to. I chose not to.
I would have sat there and just been like, they didn't mention Amazon, so they're all false.
I almost
No,
did it. No, these were like technologies that are used in warehouses. And I know some of them because we use them in ours or I've seen other businesses. And so, but I said, nope, I'm going something else.
I
This was the
worked
hardest-
a warehouse job for a summer, and we used all Uline products, so I might have
There
been
it
on
is.
to you.
Might have been.
This is a hard episode, as I had a hard time of not just telling, is this a real app or is this a fake app?
I
And
went
my
here.
hot dog app almost made it in, but
Yeah, tell
That's
us about
amazing.
this because we both got a picture of an app that identifies hot dogs.
so I almost went to DQ to figure it out, but it's literally just like not a hot dog app or something like that. And you literally just take a picture of something and it's supposed to be able to identify if it's a hot dog or not.
Does
But
it
that's
work?
it.
Did you
I
test?
didn't go to DQ. I haven't tested it. I don't have a hot dog in the house, so
We got to
I'll
try.
have to go
it.
see if I can
Yeah.
find go get a hot dog tomorrow or something like that and give you guys an
You've
update.
eaten a hot dog since that hot dog bowling incident?
No.
So he can't even get a hot dog.
Yeah, no,
There
I
it
don't
is.
think I have. I've had a corn dog, but I don't think I had a hot dog since that moment.
Dang.
So Matt, do you have a theme within your theme of technology this week or no? Are you going apps? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, I don't think I actually have a theme. I think I just
Okay.
have tech.
Okay. I got one per the usual.
Mine
Mine
is-
is the huge.
Yep, mine is animals and tech. Animals
This-
and tech.
Yeah, mine. I went back to a theme. I had to go back to themes that work for me. Really swayed
Oh.
away from a couple
Oh.
topics over the last few
Here we
seasons.
go. Ancient history.
Bombs away.
There
We
it
are
is.
talking
War.
about war
World
technology.
War. Oh no.
Well, who wants to go
Hey,
first? I actually
Brogan.
don't care.
I'll go first. I'm
Go
eager
ahead,
to see
Logan.
how these stories fly.
And this
Pun
is-
intended.
And for those out there with short attention spans, like your favorite host Spencer here, Logan sent me a text today that said, rest in peace, Spencer's attention span, because these stories are long. And so I just want to warn everyone, if Logan's saying it's long, just buckle up. We're going to be here for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
true
we're about
story.
to be here for a minute.
I usually have 1 page written for each story, so about 3 pages worth of material. Each of
So
these is
long.
longer than that. Like my shortest one was just over a page.
Okay.
So
I Don't know if I'm going
apologize.
to be able to.
I'm gonna have the
Let's-
worst time creating shorts out of this.
I
Okay,
know.
Logan, hit us up. What are we
You
going
guys
with?
are the shorts people.
Give me the titles. I know you got titles.
All right. Yeah, I do. All right. Let me see here. I gotta load the document. Sorry, my computer died. All right.
Oh, Logan,
Do you
it's
want-
going to take 40 minutes.
No,
to
I got
load
it here. I
up.
got it.
Okay.
Do you want
Goodness.
birds still aren't real?
Ooh.
Behave in a Austin Powers accent, or bouncy bombs?
Give me birds because I have a bird story too.
Do you?
I do.
Interesting. Well, what? If you haven't been paying attention, birds aren't real. We know this. However, story time. In today's age of technology, we take certain things for granted. One of those things is precision bombing. The U.S. military now has the capability to put a bomb on your lap, sitting on your recliner, pretty much anywhere in the world. They can guide missiles to hit single vehicles in the convoy, eliminate targets with extreme precision thanks to the modern smart bombs. This wasn't always the case, however. Your stereotypical dumb bombs, the old-fashioned missiles you'd launch using basic calculations, used to be the norm in warfare. Dumb bombs' average miss radius was somewhere between 20 and 60 kilometers, depending on weather conditions, launch locations, and desired targets. This made hitting some things like a factory fairly routine, but hitting things like a battleship nearly impossible. Enter University of Minnesota psychologist B.F. Skinner. During World War II, Skinner designed a new kind of bomb, one that's honed in on targets. It could be controlled all the way to the point of impact with extreme precision, allowing the missile to take out battleships previously thought to be too small to target with missiles. How did he do it? Kamikaze pigeons. Yes, you heard me right. Skinner successfully petitioned the U.S. government for a grant of $25,000, that's $400,000 in today's money, to develop a missile that allowed for pigeons to guide it directly into a desired target. Skinner trained his birds using an action reward method in which they would peck at a screen with an image of a ship, and every time they hit the ship, they'd be given the reward of food. Pigeons, a highly intelligent bird and government drone, soon mastered the skill that they could peck a ship on a screen 10,000 times in 45 minutes consecutively.
Oh,
Once the
God.
birds were trained, Skinner put them in the nose of the missiles, giving them a glass cutout from which they could see the ship through, resembling the screens they'd been trained on. Then, a system of cables would be fit around the head of the pigeon. The pigeon would peck at the ship, and with each pull, a cable would slightly adjust the directional rudder of the missile. This allowed the pigeon to essentially guide the missile directly into the ship with an incredible level of accuracy. Skinner had developed the world's first smart bomb, but unfortunately, or fortunately, for him, the Allies never adopted his pigeon-guided missiles in battle. Despite testing incredibly accurate, somewhere around 96% accurate hit rates, the U.S. government didn't approve the final use, instead opting for the Bat Bomb, a radio-based echolocation-guided system that didn't require a pigeon sacrifice with each missile dropped.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's amazing. Okay.
What a creature, a pigeon. What a creature.
I know.
Pecking 10,000 times. Holy smokes.
That's insane.
How about the headache? Oh my gosh. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. What are the other two?
Bouncy bombs or oh behave?
A lot of bombs. Give me the bouncy ones. I hope bouncy balls are involved.
That is the theme. Bombs away. All right.
Oh, yeah. I missed that.
Yep. You can
We
expect
weren't
all
paying
three
attention.
stories to be about bombs. Were you? I can't see you guys. You guys being idiots or something?
No.
You can't
Or
see
got
us?
long?
He's got his
Well,
Word
no,
document up.
I go to my Word document.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do the same thing.
On the evening of May 16th, 1943, the 617th Squadron of the Royal Air Force led one of the most daring missions of World War II. Their target? Bombing a series of 3 dams, most notably the Moyne Dam in Germany's Ruhr Valley. The dams held back a large amount of the water supply in the region, as well as provided hydropower to generate the electricity needed for much of Germany's war production in that region. Identified as targets all the way back in 1937, the dams were heavily guarded with anti-torpedo nets to prevent underwater attacks, as well as heavy anti-aircraft guns to defend against your traditional bombers. The 617th Squadron, led by Commander Guy Gibson, had a secret weapon, though. They had developed the world's first known bouncing bomb. What is a bouncing bomb, you ask? It's exactly what it sounds like. A bomb shaped like a 50-gallon drum that bounces on water. Skipping like a rock on a lake, it would bounce over anti-torpedo nets, but under the detection of anti-aircraft gunners. Developed by British engineer Barnes Wallis, who got his idea from skipping marbles across his tub, this design was a British innovation that had the potential to turn the tide of the war. The problem? Skipping bombs across water accurately is an incredibly hard technique to master. The planes had to be flying at exactly 59 feet of elevation, otherwise the bombs would bounce over the dam. Altitude technology at the time was very limited, so to know how high the plane was flying off the ground, a solution was found. The Royal Air Force put spotlights angled down on the underside of the wings and angled them at the perfect angle so that when the plane reached exactly 59 feet of elevation, the spotlights would overlap in a perfect circle under the plane. Also, the bomb needed to be released exactly 2,300 feet away from the dam to bounce, to time the bounces perfectly. So a similar setup was concocted with specialized iron sights off the front of the pilot's view. When the 2 iron markers lined up perfectly with the line of the dam wall, it was time to release the bomb. The plane needs to be flying at exactly 232 miles per hour, and the bomb needs to be spinning at a constant rate as it's being dropped in order to make bouncing consistent. All these variables need to go right for the bomb to bounce exactly 5 times before striking the dam wall and exploding, blowing a massive hole in the wall. The night of the raid, 133 airmen took off in 19 Lancaster planes in an attempt to attempt the daring assault of the dams. They managed to dismantle 2 of the 3 dams, losing 53 men from the anti-aircraft gunners in the process. But the results were a flooded valley that left 1,300 Germans dead, their war production capabilities greatly diminished. The surviving airmen also returned to England as heroes, where they were able to provide a big morale boost to the Allied forces. It remains one of the most technologically advanced strikes of World War II. Story number 2.
Where in Germany did you say?
It was the Ruhr Valley, R-U-H-R. And the most notable dam was the Moyne Dam, M-O-H-N-E, and there's like 2 dots over the O, so don't know what that means.
That's called what is that called? What is that thing called? Not an umlaut. I think that's Spanish. Whatever it is.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Anyways, it doesn't matter.
That's your next story?
Yeah,
that's
bombs.
Can't believe you just be like taking a bubble bath and just start bouncing marbles. Wait a minute.
Dude, people have had crazier ideas. People have had crazier ideas. Some of my best ideas
like that would hit me in the face. But, you know?
Okay, what's 3?
All right. Oh, behave. The Vietnam War was not one of our proudest moments as a country when it comes to bombing. From chemical bombs such as Agent Orange and napalm to burning through entire villages, the U.S. was known for ruthless bombing of any outpost or community considered to be friendly to the Viet Cong. Additionally, the U.S. employed a new kind of bomb, a first of its kind, a biological weapon known as the Wasp. The result of Project Wasp, this bomb was a shell dropped from a plane with roughly 50,000 Vespa mandarinia wasps, a predatory insect known for its invasive nature and deadly sting. These wasps, which are given the nickname killer bees, although they aren't technically bees, were native to the southern U.S., Central Americas, and some parts of northern South America. They are one of the few insects that hunts in a pack mentality. When one stings, it releases a pheromone that triggers the others to swarm in and attack as well, giving them the capability to take down large animals as big as a cow or a human. Additionally, these pests would destroy local bee and insect populations, making it a long-term terror for any community they got settled into. These bombs began getting dropped in 1971 with a horrifying accounts of dozens of people being stung to death near the landing sites. It was such a horrific occurrence that several villages reported it was easier to abandon their homes and relocate than face the swarm of killer bees. While not commonly used, at least 25 of these bombs were dropped along northern Vietnamese encampments before the U.S. discontinued their use due to public outcry. The death total from the WASP bomb specifically is unknown, but estimates list up to 750 deaths by WASP, which is pretty much as bad as it gets if you ask me, because I hate bees. That's a terrible way to go. Story 3.
I feel like I've heard all three of these, and that's where
Are you serious?
that's where I'm like, well, that means I probably haven't heard any of them.
Well, here, Matt, I'll alleviate some pain. The bird is 100% true. Like 3 weeks ago, I actually just watched a YouTube video on it, and it is insane.
Oh, the birds?
1,000% true.
So I'm like 90. So the fact that he said the only thing that would have pulled me away from that is the fact he said kilometers, and he's talking about the U.S. and
No, that one's
use those
100% true.
measurements. But no,
Yeah.
I have on here that this is true.
I literally watched a YouTube video on it, and it was crazy.
Interesting.
Do you have any idea of the other two, though?
No.
Not a clue. I don't even have an idea.
The only I feel like I've heard both of them. Honestly, number three sounds like a weapon that you can get in Fortnite that you would throw bees on people and it would break and the bees would attack the person that was anywhere near. It's also friendly fire.
Yeah, I thought of this because I killed myself with it when we were playing like 2 nights ago, Matt. I immediately thought of that when I was like,
So I'm like, that one could be made up. I also have a hard time thinking the U.S. would stop because of we said public outcry, like the U.S. public
I'm locked
outcry or
in.
Vietnam
I'm
public
locked in.
outcry.
yeah, U.S. public outcry. There was
Okay, that makes more sense.
Multiple.
So we had outcry on the entire Vietnam War.
Oh,
so like,
shoot.
why would we stop?
Correct.
Why would he do anything about that? We
It's me.
hated most people hated the Vietnam War. And I just don't know if you would create, if that's real with the Project Orange or whatever they were actually dropping that was causing is like an orange mist or whatever that was
Agent
literally
Orange.
killing Agent Orange.
Yeah, I mentioned that at the beginning. That and napalm
Yeah,
were
so
also
I just don't know.
pretty terrible stuff.
So the bouncing bombs. So bouncing is if it's a dam, so it's probably a river, which means it's cooler waters, or
Reservoir.
smoother waters. What?
A reservoir, yes. It's a
A
reservoir.
reservoir. Yeah, so it's not like an
He
ocean.
knows
You're not going to
too
be able to
much
bounce a
about
bomb on the
two.
ocean.
It was so...
Yeah, it's hard to do two
I
dams,
honestly-
two reservoirs, but like
I honestly don't know. I'm locked in only because That's
I don't
what my
know
gut's
either.
saying.
But I'm just gonna. He's gonna get me on this,
I
what
hope.
did you do?
and I'm gonna probably shoot myself later because of this. No, I won't.
That escalated quickly.
I'm locked in.
Did you go bees?
I went bees.
That's good. So at least he's only going to get one. I went dam
You went two.
only because, and now I'm kicking myself because all I can think about is him writing a very long story, knowing that I'm going to tune out and it be true. And so he went with a short story. Like that's literally what I'm thinking in my
That's
mind.
creative.
Spencer, none
but-
of my stories are short.
Yeah, that's true. But I
That's
just
also
couldn't get
fair.
past the idea of it bouncing across the water. I'm sure it's, I don't know, but I know for a fact the bird one's true. So you
That
can tell
just
us
sounds like something like straight out of like a Kingsman or something like that.
Yeah, I have no idea. So go ahead, Logan.
But honestly,
Alright.
yeah, go ahead.
Bird
This
one
is
true.
trash.
Bird one's hilarious. Watch. There's a 5-minute YouTube
Amazing.
video on it. I watched it too.
Yep.
Those birds were
Amazing.
so accurate. And actually, what happened, what came from this, was they started using birds in a similar area to pick up people stranded at sea because their eyesight's so much better and they react so much quicker that on the
Oh.
first pass they would pick up people at like 85% clip, and the average human spotter picks up like 13% on the first pass.
That's crazy.
And so
Wow.
like they would start putting birds in and they would start pecking for search and rescue missions after this research. So they weren't kamikaze pigeons. They actually did a lot of good in the world, but the technology was developed to bomb ships with birds
Yeah.
guiding it all the way
Dude,
through.
pigeons are just the OG bird.
Yeah.
I thought that story, when I watched that video, I thought it was fake. And then I was like,
and
no,
then you
this
do
is
some
legit.
research, and it's like,
I'm like, this is legit. I didn't do any research. I was like, oh, this is actually legit. But
yeah.
okay,
No, they got like videos of them like pecking the ships and stuff. Like those little suckers move.
That's awesome.
So the other two stories were both equally unbelievable. I kind of expected the pigeon one to get called out. Yeah, but time to break my favorite heart.
oh shucks,
Wasp was made up.
yeah.
I
I
googled
almost-
a random
my-
technical name
my
for wasp.
gut.
We did do some dropping of bombs with insects in them. It was just mosquitoes with yellow fever.
Yeah,
Oh
gosh.
that's insane.
We weren't good. I completely made up everything about it though. The project name, how many
Well
of
done.
these fit into a bomb, where we dropped them, the death totals.
Did you get inspiration from Fortnite?
No, but I
Oh,
100%. I typed this
He
up.
wrote it short
Yeah.
on purpose.
I typed it up, and then that happened, and it like made me like really reconsider because me and Matt were playing, and I threw wasps at him, and it killed both
That's
of us, me
awesome.
and him. And I was like, oh no, like I wonder if
Shows how
he's gonna
good we
think
are
of
at that
this.
game.
That's
Or
awesome.
garbage.
No,
It's fun, though.
literally, Logan, I just couldn't. My gut was saying 2 is true, but I just couldn't. In my head, I literally was like, "How is that even possible?" Like the wasps.
yeah.
I was like,
Well, we
whatever.
talked
But
about-
I'm like, how is that possible?
We talked
Wasp
about the
does seem so
technology.
much easier to capture.
Yeah, this bouncing bomb thing was so advanced for its time. Like, because the anti-aircraft gunners could pick up anything over like 160 feet. And so it had to fly at like 59 feet to stay under their detection. But if it went underwater, like a torpedo, a traditional, drop from
That's
a plane,
so
it
cool.
goes under, it was going to hit the nets. And so you had to like bounce it over 3 layers
That
of
is
nets
so cool.
perfectly. Yeah, and so like I saw several videos about like them figuring out like the calculations, and we have to spin it to make it consistent. And
Yeah.
I
pretty-
almost did my entire theme on airplane technology.
Oh, really?
Oh wow,
Almost. It was really hard to find.
that's really
Dang.
cool. Okay, well done.
I'm
well done.
thrilled to have a point. I
You
don't
got
think
a
I've
point.
started
Matt's
with
got
a
a
point.
point.
in the
Spencer's
first
got
story
0. Spencer's
season.
got 0.
Zero.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay,
All right.
I'll go.
Yeah, you will.
All right.
Okay, we got animals here. Animals and tech. Okay.
Animals
do?
and tech.
Yep. Do you want to do
Pigeons.
elephants,
What do
birds?
pigeons?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, do birds. Birds.
Birds. That was
If
quick.
it's not a pigeon, it's false.
Okay. In the vast expanse of South America, where the Amazon rainforest dominates the landscape and biodiversity thrives, countless species of birds take to the skies. These avian wonders play crucial roles in ecosystem, from seed dispersal to insect control. However, monitoring the movements and behaviors across such an expansive terrain can be a daunting task for researchers. Thus, enter the longstanding technology-focused Brazilian nonprofit Favela Foundation. In 2014, they partnered with the Brazilian Space Agency and began to build up their ABL laser, which is an infrared laser that can target and track an object, or in this case, creatures, movements up to a mile. Favela Foundation modified it to track the speed, movement, direction, and size of the bird to best determine the type and behavior. Since 2016, the foundation has managed to install 17 ABLs in the Amazon and track over 300 species and document their behaviors. Favela has announced that after its 20th installation, set for June of 25, they will begin to lease their tech to other nonprofits, agencies, and hope to better understand the behaviors of the world's birds and how they impact the ecosystem.
Interesting.
Are you trying to tell me birds are real?
Now
No,
they're trying to figure out
You're gonna
spies,
come on
you know?
they're
This
fake.
distinguished podcast
Yes.
and throw
No,
that
it's,
kind of.
it's espionage.
This is a lie just because I know those are drones and you're not tracking anything.
It's a cover
That's
for
amazing.
trying to
I'm
figure out who's spying on them. That's what it is.
I'm about
That's
to walk
amazing.
in.
Okay,
I'm
do
about
it.
to-
Do you want to do bears or elephants?
Bears.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
The Bear ID project is developing a facial recognition software that can be applied to a camera trap imagery to identify and monitor brown bears and inform conservation measures. This is especially important because camera traps are currently unable to consistently recognize individual bears due to the lack of natural markings for certain species. So far, the team of biologists and software engineers have developed an AI system using personal photographs of brown bears from Canada and Alaska, which was able to recognize 132 individual bears with an 84% accuracy. Their ultimate aim is to provide a new technique to be used in research and monitoring not only bears but other species. They hope that it will begin to be adopted by other scientists, governments, communities, etc., eventually creating a global monitoring network of camera trap data.
I don't believe this for one simple reason. And it's a real reason. It's not like my birds are dumb or aren't real statement. Generally when this stuff works with AI, it either works or it doesn't. 84% is a really odd number to see a success rate of AI technologies. It's like either it's able to or it's not. I don't know.
Well, 84% would be considered success, and it's able to.
I mean,
I would think. I mean,
I don't know that number. I think you shot too low writing this, Spencer. I think you should have said like 98%.
interesting.
Okay. Elephants. Poachers slaughter between 20,000 and 40,000 elephants every year. That is one elephant killed for every 15 minutes. Black market ivory trafficking is hugely profitable, and growing sophistication of illegal wildlife trade has led the population of African elephants to drop from 1.3 million in 1970 to 400,000 today. Due to the lack of anti-poaching capabilities, corruption, and weak law enforcement, these often offsets production made in any anti-poaching efforts. However, the Mara Elephant Project are using the world famous DJI drones to stop poachers. Since poachers like to kill right before dark, they can use the night as cover to get away. Mara Elephant Project uses the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual and the Mavic 2 Enterprise Zoom, which are capable of 30 times zoom and thermal imaging. With this technology, they can now locate and stop poachers day or night. Since the beginning, they have arrested hundreds of poachers and over 1,000 kilograms of ivory.
I was charged by an elephant this last year. True story.
In Africa?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, we were out there. This
Nice.
bull elephant. It was at night as well. It's terrifying. One of the scarier
You see any drones?
experiences of my life. No, actually, they just watch for poachers with really big guns. They said they shoot on sight. So props to them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
But we were driving, and
how
this
do you sign
elephant was like trying to protect its herd because there was a bunch of babies, and it charged us, and we got away, kind of, and then we like shut off all the lights in the vehicle, open air. It's like we're just sitting out here in the middle of safari, pitch dark at night, and they're like, "Don't make any noises. Like if they hear us, we're in trouble."
I'd be more concerned about like you just turn the headlights on and there's like a herd of lions just
Well,
just right in front of you.
The lions aren't as scary as the elephants, is what they
That's
all
fair.
say, and I
Those
was
are
more
big.
scared of the elephants than the lions.
Interesting.
Anyway,
It's a big cat, a big Poe.
I don't know. I'm locked in. I don't know
You're locked
if I'm
in.
right. I am.
Wow.
I don't have logic. If you know any of these, Matt, I've never heard. This is just not my alley. This kind of technology.
Honestly, I haven't I've heard of. So I'm leaning towards 3 being true, only because it makes sense. They actually have drones that can help farmers determine where crops are not growing and stuff like that, and DJI makes them. So they make a lot of professional industrial drones. So it could be easy to fake. The bears one is just. It's just facial recognition on bears.
And the birds is just laser tracking birds
It's
for
just
a
laser
mile.
tracking.
It's all 3 very plausible.
Like they're boring stories.
Yeah. Shots
At least I
fired.
read my boring stories.
None of these anyone
Um,
exploded. There wasn't 1,300 deaths. I mean, kept waiting
Is
for
there
the
one
fun
that's
part.
Logan? You're just like, this can't be true.
They're all very believable. They're all
All right, so
very
here's the
easily
real
written.
question:
Yeah.
Do I double up with you or not?
You don't even know which one I did.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to get to. Is do I double up with you or not?
I don't know.
If Spencer double stumps us, he gets 2 points
We're hosed.
and a historically what?
if he gets 2 points, we're screwed. Like
That's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like, so if I double up with you and we're wrong, he gets 2 points with following a historically poor.
you would need a
Um,
double stump just to not
stealing
give
point.
him the win.
Yeah. So
He-
should I know which one you chose and choose something different? That's what I'm trying to get at.
The weight of this moral situation is too deep for me. I will tell you which one I chose, and you can choose whether you want. Because if we double up with him, we both have 2 points going into your stories, and he's out for this episode essentially.
Good.
I mean,
That's all I care about at this
Yeah,
moment. And then I
so-
have one
yeah.
person to worry about,
so
and we'll just pray the stories have done better than the last 7 episodes.
it comes down to how much you believe in the one I picked. I picked 2. I'll tell you that.
You pick 2.
84% is a made up number. I don't believe it. I think he wrote that. I think he messed up when he wrote it. I don't believe him.
4 and 8, even numbers,
Yeah,
divisible by 4, 8, 2.
even numbers. I don't believe that. There's my
All right,
reason.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna flip a coin again.
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Law of averages. Eventually,
What are
it'll
you
work for us.
flipping? Are you flipping to double up or to not double up? Is
A
that
three-
or
a
between
three-sided coin.
stories?
I'm locked in.
Okay.
I don't
What
think
did
I
you
like
lock in?
I locked in 1. I don't like it, but it's what the coin told me.
Birds
Okay.
aren't real, so that could be the case. But Spencer,
Poachers. That
elephants.
is 100% true.
All right.
The elephants. That's 100% true.
Good start, Logan. Good start.
We're big.
That's
big.
100% true.
You see the price
Yeah,
of
I
those
was-
drones?
No. I just went on DJ. I didn't know DJI has an enterprise website for So
Agriculture and all that kind of
drones-
stuff. It's wild.
yeah, drones have been used for anti-poaching stuff for it seems like a while. Or I should say it's starting to, from what I was researched. There was a company called Blackhawk, I think it was called. I can't remember. I'm blanking on the name of it. But all their data, every article stopped after 2015. So I was like, oh crap, did they not do it anymore? And then DJI posted one in 2021. And I was like, cha-chang, that's awesome. Well, I thought it was sweet.
That's dope.
The birds is fake. So Logan, you got it, or Logan, you missed it. Matt, you got it right.
Oh boy.
The bears is true. That's a true story. Bear ID Project. They got a cool website. I honestly, even looking into it, I'm not 100% sure where they're going with this 100%. But it was actually pretty cool to see the facial recognition software. But the birds is fake. I literally was like, you know what would be really cool if we could track the birds? I bet you there's a laser out there that does it.
There's
Nope.
a government drone system.
Couldn't find anything. And so I was like,
This is a pretty cool website.
yeah, Bear
Well,
Project ID.
Yeah,
If it
they
makes
use
you
the
feel
eyes
better.
and everything.
Spencer, my new strategy for this episode was to do what you do, and that's latch onto one random thing that has no relevance to
And
the
just go
story
for it.
and go for it. And
Yeah.
so I'm like waiting to hear one thing and one story, and I heard 84% of the bears, and I'm like, I know nothing about this.
Yeah.
It is clearly true. I'm like, I need to latch onto this. Like, this is just
Yeah.
my hope right now. Is that something stupid like
This
that
is-
gives me momentum?
Yeah.
So
So we are now. So Matt,
has 2.
you need to stump one of us, and Logan and I need to jump on the same train.
Yeah,
And so
Yeah.
here we go.
Oh, that's
Let's
a
go.
tough one for Logan,
wait.
considering these stories
Because
are
if me and
rough.
Spencer jump on the same
we
train,
all tie.
we all tie. I don't want
We
that
all
either.
tie. So here's the deal, Logan. Here's what you got to
No,
decide.
we don't. Oh, we should all
Is-
tie because you both will
Yeah.
get 1 point.
Logan either can decide, okay, Spencer and I,
Oh.
assuming we get it right, jump on the same train, we all tie. You and Matt are even. The game is pretty much over. Or Logan gets a whole point, or Matt gets a whole point, and then Logan, the
I'm
game's over
done.
for you, and then you're just fighting for not last. So,
So the only way, either I can't get a point here
no.
without Spencer getting a point, unless because if Spencer gets it wrong, then Matt gets one and he gets over me. Yeah,
Correct. So we got either double up or don't double up. So go ahead,
Wow.
Matt.
It's all in your hands,
And
Logan.
here's to make your life easier. I will even give you the power. I'll tell you which one I'll lock in, and I'll let you decide if you want to double up or not.
All right, all right.
Please. I love it, Spencer. Alrighty, so I've got 3 stories. I don't think there's, besides technology, I actually don't think there's a theme. Titles are From Side Gig to Stardom, The OG Drone, and The Origin of Clippy.
Give me the OG drone.
The OG Drone. In 1907, German apothecary Dr. Julius Neubronner patented an ingenious invention, a pigeon camera. The small camera, equipped with straps and a timer, was designed to be carried by pigeons for aerial photography. Initially used to track his flock of homing pigeons delivering prescriptions, Julius' invention became the breakthrough in surveillance, offering speed and range previously impossible. The pigeon camera was showcased at international expositions, and Julius even developed a portable dovecote with a dark room for on-site photography. Although the practical use of these pigeon cameras waned with the advent of airplanes, the images captured by Julius' pigeons proved early glimpses of Earth from above, offering a unique perspective and a precursor to modern aerial photography. If you're interested in these photos, they're featured in the Pigeon Photographer, showcasing a GoPro-like angle, adding a touch of wild and a sublime to those early attempts at aviation imaging.
So we all had bird stories?
We did.
I'm forced into the same lie that birds are real to believe this. And if I had followed that last time, I wouldn't be in this situation that I'm in.
Okay, what are the
That's
other
funny.
2? Give me the Clippy one.
Yeah, Clippy.
The Clippy one?
Yeah.
All right, Origins of Clippy. Greg Nelson, a Microsoft engineer, and his autistic son, Philip, played an unexpected role around one of Microsoft's most iconic assistants. Philip, captivated by the simplicity of paperclips, turned them into his creative outlet, fashioning intricate necklaces, chain ropes, and even a petite 3-inch bridge that held a Lego figure, as recounted by his father. On a Saturday visit to his dad's workplace, Greg was immersed with work, generously supplied Philip with an abundance of paperclips to keep him happily engaged. Returning to work on Monday, Greg was met with a delightful surprise. Philip had hidden some of the paperclip creations under folders and his keyboard. Struck by the unexpected beauty, Greg chose to move the paperclips but leave the designs untouched, serving as a constant reminder of his joy of his son. To colleagues, these paperclips were curious, and as the story unveiled, the news spread around the office, leading to some designers incorporating this into a feature from Microsoft. Fast forward 9 months, and Microsoft unrevealed Clippy in 1996 as part of their latest Office bundle. A surprise party awaited Philip, featuring a Clippy stuffed animal, and living in a lively pizza gathering. In a touching gesture, the family was presented with a generous check of $15,000, around $29,000 today, recognizing the extraordinary bond between a father and his son and the enchantment found in simplicity of paperclips.
What year was this?
Clippy came out in 96.
What's Clippy? Is that
It's a little like
Clipper
you don't
that
know
pops
Clippy?
up in the old Microsoft. There's that little
And
like
the old wow, are you too young for that?
wow.
I'm 2 years younger than you.
So
I-
Clippy was it was a Microsoft assistant that would kind of pop up when you were working on like Word documents and stuff, and you could like type in
Here.
stuff to
There's no
Give you
story or
advice.
anything.
No, I
This
think I know
dude.
what you're
Clippy. Clippy with the eyes.
and he would change into like bicycles and stuff like that, and would try to keep you occupied as you were working in Word.
Yeah, he was the best.
Okay. What's the last one?
From side gig to stardom. The Intel 4004, the world's first microprocessor, emerged as an understaffed side project for Intel in 1971, initially intended to generate cash while the company focused on memory chips. The project faced a crisis due to the lack of chip designers, but it was resurrected by 4 key engineers. I'm going to apologize for this first name. Masatoshi Saima from BizCom, Ted Hoff, Stanley Mazur, and a critical hire of Frederick Fagan. Fagan, who when hired was told he had 6 months to complete the work, working tirelessly at times up to 70 to 80 hours a week, completed the chip design by the end of 1970. and Intel, and the Intel 4004 marked the beginning of Intel's dominance in the processor industry, eventually leading to its commercial release in March 1971 for both calculator and non-calculator applications. This is significant not only for the advancement of computer technology, but for Intel, which was only founded a few years prior in 1968.
Oh,
Those are stories.
okay. Logan, do you have any idea?
I think Clippy's true. The other three, I
Okay.
have no idea. And that's
So
just,
here's
yeah.
and here I'll tell you mine. The Clippy one I have no idea about, not a clue. The first story. What was the first story?
Drone
again?
photographer on pigeons.
The OG drone.
Oh my gosh!
pigeons
For
and
some
photography.
reason, that sounded so familiar, and I don't know why. But it was just like ringing in my head, and I could just be making up. The last one. So Pete Glessinger, who is the CEO of Intel now, he wrote a book called The Juggling Act. And I was reading it about. It's about he's a Christian, and he's now the CEO of Intel. Well, if I'm not mistaken, he was the one that created that chip, the microprocessor. It was him and his team. He was the lead on it. Now, am I thinking about a different microprocessor or something? Maybe. But I read that book like 3 years ago and I cannot think of it.
I was like, that sounds honestly like an incredibly dry book to read.
No, it's really good. It's called The
Okay.
Juggling Act because
Okay.
he's this big CEO and he's a believer and he's like, okay, how do you juggle being a Christian, having a
Gotcha.
family, but
And running
a
a
very techy
$10
guy,
billion
a very to the point, yeah.
yeah. Huh.
Because he was gosh dang.
All over my head as far as chip processors go. I want to believe Clippy is true, so I will make Clippy true because that's a fun story for a friend. But I don't know.
The way he told that one though just screams false.
I know.
The bird one I gotta think is true, only because for some reason that is ringing in my head.
I don't know about the bird one. I think that's the easiest for him to make up because he knows photography and he also knows. I feel like the last one too. Those Clippy's hard to make up for me. That's so random. The other two would be easier to make up, but I don't know. I'm so between 1 and 3.
Yeah, the birds ones you're not going on. Oh, you go.
I'm not-
You are the birds.
I'm not convinced it's true. 1 or 3. I mean, 3 seems to be the common denominator here. We could both go 3.
So
see what
the
happens.
4 guys made the first. What was it, Matt? The first microprocessor or what?
Yeah, the 4004.
Yeah, micro processor.
Okay, so did
In
he
what
pull
year?
those numbers from error code 404?
It was released in 71 of March.
Isn't it like error code 404 when you can't find the website data or whatever?
Yeah, no, that's right.
It is error code
Do you think he
404.
just pulled a story from that?
I have no idea.
I don't
Because let me
either.
think. So Pat Glessinger, he's in his 70s probably. So what? 1970, he would have been what? That's 50 years ago. In his 20s.
20s, yeah.
Oh, he was not that young. I think he
But
was
it-
in his 30s.
Could be a different processor, but I would believe 3's fake. If that's what you're telling me.
But I'm
Also,
not confident.
You know the one thing I miss about past seasons
Huh.
being in it.
was the hurry up pick
Oh.
option.
Matt,
Where it's like you had 15 seconds to pick.
quit
Just
yelling
flipping
at
a
us.
quarter, waiting for you guys to make a mind up.
Well, this is a big decision now. This our season
Logan,
ways.
For some odd reason, Clippy is like screaming fake at me the way he told it.
No.
But if you think that's true,
I don't know though. I don't want him to get any more than you do. I'm trying to stay
I
alive,
know.
and a half point
The
does
bird
keep
one-
me alive.
The bird one, for some reason, I just feel like I've seen a picture of that.
Okay. All right.
I don't know why.
I'll believe you and cross out bird. 3's my next one up, but if it could be Clippy, I've been so wrong all season. We just
I
want to
would
put
go
2?
3.
3?
Just go 2. 3 or 2.
All right, Spencer. I'm holding a number behind my back. Odds are evens.
Okay.
If you get it right, we're going to go 2. If you get it wrong,
Okay.
we're going to go 3.
Okay. I'm an evens guy, so give me evens.
You got it wrong. We're going 3.
We're going 3. Lock it in.
Locked.
Lock.
Yep.
Pat Glessinger, don't fail me now.
Please, oh please, oh please. Be
You guys
made
lock
up.
3 in?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is
So
bad.
birds.
Yep.
It's gonna start off right away. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually
I thought
really
I
cool
saw-
photos. I didn't actually
Yeah.
look up like the book, but there's apparently a book called The Pigeon Photographer. The photos are really cool because it's like actual aerial photos, and you can see sometimes the pigeon's wings get in the way of the photo, so like
Yeah.
the framing of it's interesting. But
I was gonna say, I
some
thought I
of the
saw-
shots are just yeah, some of the shots are just like you're like, what are they? What is this picture of?
I'm gonna have to Google that now.
Because I
I'm
thought
curious.
I
Yeah,
saw
it's pretty
a
cool.
picture of it before.
I can send you
But-
the link. I got the link from New Yorker,
I have
so
it
I
pulled
can
up
send you
here.
that link.
This is
Okay.
cool. That's neat.
Yeah, I was
Look
like,
at
that's
that.
Okay,
actually
Matt.
like super
Hey,
dope.
wait,
OG
wait.
drone.
Before
Wait,
you
I
break
want
our
to see
heart,
it.
look at this little dude. All
Yep,
strapped
I
that's
know,
to
the
the
right? Like,
camera.
what a
It's the
stud!
picture I've seen. That's the picture
What
I've
a
seen.
stud!
That's a dude right there.
That's a
and
a
then
bro.
he's taking photos like this. Good for him.
That's a bro.
That's awesome.
That's a bro.
All right.
And then Clippy's
Clippy's
made up.
false. Yep.
Clippy's
The way
false.
he told it, just I couldn't get by it. The way he told it, but
Clippy's false.
oh no, Matt, you won an episode, dude.
This is bad.
Logan, you need a point bad next week.
I know.
Here's the worst part about this. That's 4 points this episode, and it only puts me at 1 point.
Yeah.
It's a big point though compared to Logan, so that's huge.
This is bad.
So what did Pat Glessinger make?
Team
I
Logan.
can
he was-
send you the .org article I have on this one, but
No, I
didn't
believe
hear
you.
much
I
about
complete-
him.
Well,
Team
he's
Logan
the CEO.
There's
is-
a
He
lot
was-
of different processors too, so
I know. I'm trying to think. He was big in one of them, and I just
it could have been
That's
on the
what I
memory
just-
chip side of things. Because according
Maybe.
to the article, they were
here it is.
they were focusing on it.
In 1987, he co-authored the first book programming
Oh,
the
87.
80386 microprocessor.
Yeah, I don't even know what those.
He was the
numbers mean.
lead architect of the fourth generation, introduced in
Oh.
the 80s.
Oh, nice. Yeah, this one
So-
was used on calculators and computers, and it was so weird because Intel wasn't even trying to go in that direction. Like Texas Instruments was trying to go in that direction, and they were more well funded. But the one guy they hired, Fagan, basically just got it all together and built like 4 chips on top of that, and then just it changed the world for Intel.
Okay.
So
I should have known that was too
Wow.
early for him. My gut was saying Clippy. But Logan, you thought
your
that
gut
one was true.
saying Clippy.
I did. I thought I'd heard a story like that of something like someone had a son that was always around and it like inspired. So yeah. Apparently, I made that up in my
Not
mind.
that
I
I
don't
found.
know.
Oh, well, Logan, I think are you
Logan's
officially
down.
out of the race to win?
Yeah, I think
You're down
so.
5, and there's
This was episode 7. We have 8, 9, 10,
This is
11,
7.
12. I could tie it, Self. I went out.
you get 12 if you went out.
All right,
Yeah.
that's good to know. I just got to get half a point. I got to get some more
Yep.
points, but just got to keep beating out Logan.
Yeah.
I need to come
Okay.
back.
Oh boy!
Hey,
Well,
man,
that officially
Two
ends my
more.
run.
if I
That-
lose,
finally,
if I lose, what are the odds we just do this together? Season 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, whatever ones you have to do too.
Oh, you and Matt?
Yeah,
honestly, like that would probably be like the best
that would make it
Yeah.
better.
thing to
If
the
I
best
lose.
concept.
If I come
Um,
back and don't lose, and it's on. I'm trying to pull up our
Yeah,
spinner
that would
now.
probably be the best. So
So,
I'd be up for it if you lose. I'll do something. We'll figure this out.
yeah. Well, let's wrap it up.
Whoa,
What an
we
episode
gotta
of
Not
Technology.
wrap it up. We
spin.
gotta
Oh,
spin the
we-
wheel.
Man.
I completely
Chill.
forgot. And here, that's good because I didn't come with one prepared. So there you go, Matt.
He used them all.
Guess
Matt, what
yeah.
are we at?
That's who. Also, didn't necessarily come with one prepared.
I'm always the one that has one prepared, and I'm
You're
never
always
going
the
to use
one
it
that has
ever.
prepared. Let's go. Tragedy.
Tragedy. Okay.
Hashtag relatable.
Hashtag
Alright.
stories of my. Did we have stories of your life on there? Like each of us had to tell a story of our life.
No.
I thought about that in the shower today.
Can I
No.
remove
Yeah, yeah.
tragedy and just do
It's
that?
not too late.
Like it would
Yeah,
be a
stories of your life.
stories
I
about
like
us.
that one.
About me.
I like
I'm
that
gonna
one.
Title it. So
yeah,
we
about
can-
me works. I like that one better.
All right.
That
Oh.
was yeah.
Low battery warning.
Oh,
Screen record. I have time. We're recording this.
all right. What you got for us?
Let's see it.
Spin. And here we go. Oh no, I'm getting messages. It's okay. I can crop that.
I can't see a word.
Vikings.
Vikings.
Ooh.
Gosh dang.
Boy, that's exciting.
There's gonna be There's gonna be crossover for sure.
Vikings.
Oh,
I
there's
already
gonna be
told my
so
Viking
much
story.
crossover. Sucks to be you, bro.
I'll find more.
Okay. Well,
Vikings.
gentlemen, good
Vikings,
episode,
Vikings.
nail biter.
Yeah, good job.
What are the odds
And
all three of us pick the football team? Just out of curiosity.
that was my first thought.
That's 100% where we're going to
Instantly,
go.
instantly went to the Minnesota Vikings.
The purple people
Instantly.
eaters.
That is not
And
the
so-
direction I went, so I think I feel pretty safe.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, it's been real.
All right.
It's been fun.
It has
It's
not.
been kind of fun.
It's
Yeah.
been real fun. Today
Yeah.
was great. So much fun. I understand what
There
it
you go,
feels
Matt.
like to just
New
dominate.
life.
It's
I've
good.
never
New
won an
life.
episode in this new format.
That's
With
true.
3 seasons in the old format. I can't win an episode in this.
Maybe that's Logan's Achilles heel. Maybe he wasn't the best. Maybe he was mediocre for the longest.
Mm.
No.
He was
Matt and I were
consistent.
just more up and
He
down.
was
Yes.
consistent.
Consistent.
We were just wildly.
Boom,
I
boom,
was
boom.
mostly consistently down, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll
Alrighty.
catch you guys
Well,
next week.
yeah. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Peace out. Is now the part where we sing in unison.